Welcome to Cosmic Comics, Games and Collectibles, your den of geekism. We carry comics old and new, magazines, toys, games like Pokemon, Magic, D&D. Want Godzilla, Ultraman, Star Trek, Ninja Turtles, Funko Pops? You'll find it all here. Shop our Cosmic Sound Room and pick up a record or two. Enjoy our Comic Coffee Lounge with a cup of Sasquatch coffee while geeking out over a super cool movie on our big screen. Cosmic Comic, Games and Collectibles. Superman loves us, and so will you.
Hi everyone, Daphne Lage here. Join Nita Lanning and me on the Ragin' to the Vlogs show, where we talk about everything, nothing, and all the bits in between. Looking for hour-long conversations about indie comics, social media marketing, and crowdfunding, with the occasional rant and story time? Head on over to the Ragin' 2 channel on YouTube, Mondays through Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern to join in the chat.
Hit the button.
Ed Gein, Demon Hunter, on Indiegogo. After a deranged demon escapes the bowels of hell, Satan is forced to send a damned soul back to Earth as a demon hunter. Armed with a sacrificial dagger, Ed returns to his old stomping ground to capture the demon before the universe is destroyed. Ed Gein, Demon Hunter. Issues 1 and 2 available now on Indiegogo. Prepare for the ultimate face-off.
We've crossed paths more than once. I've whispered in your ear, shown you harmless little temptations. I am unknowable, yet you know me intimately. But you can always know me better. Collected here are 20 twisted tales that will thrill, chill, incite, and delight you from some of the most imaginative minds your species has to offer. This exclusive Indiegogo printing of The Devil You Know Better will be limited and numbered, with signatures from Mike Barron and Hart D. Fisher. Stretch goals achieved for this campaign will add interior chapter illustrations by Stefano Cardacelli. The Devil You Know Better. Back it on Indiegogo today, while you still can.
Your favorite podcast, it's Critical Blast.
And good evening, everybody. I am RJ Carter, Senior Managing Editor here at CriticalBlast.com, Chief Envelope Licker for Critical Blast Logistics, Myopic Proofreader for Critical Blast Publishing, and I will answer the phones for Critical Blast Consulting for all your IT campaign-related needs. If I can find something else to do, I'll slice out some more time of the day to do it in. I don't mind that at all. I only live so long anyway, so I might as well be doing something. Tonight, we are going to be talking about another crowdfunded comic. And if we're going to be talking about crowdfunded comics or comics in general, let's face it, guys, there's only one reason why we're still in our 50s and buying these things, and it's not because Superman looks good in blue. It's because there's boobs. We do like the boobs, and we don't care if they're cartoon or not. And there's plenty of that shapely little action here in Billy Nunez's Dame Gang. So, Billy, tell us about this book tonight. How's it going, man?
It's going good. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad to have you. It's been a long day. I've been
Yeah.
watching other people's success today. It's been quite the
Riververse.
yeah. The Ripperverse is out there now, man, and
Yeah, that's crazy.
I hope he probably already is doing well, but I just hope he becomes an extra millionaire on top of it.
Yeah, I know. He's about to break EVS's record, everybody else's record at this rate.
It's amazing, and
Crazy.
yeah, I'll have to check the book out. I guess I'm a little gun shy about it from the price point on it, but
It's a bit high.
it's a bit high.
I was like,
It's a lot of pages, but wow,
yeah, I know.
sticker shock on that one.
Yeah, I think I was able to get like the last cover A or something.
Oh man, you got in there and got you a copy, huh?
Yeah, right before it sold out. It's pretty cool.
Do you have any issues with the checkout process?
Not really. It's pretty
Okay.
smooth.
I was in there early the day, and I'm an IT guy, so I look for different things. I was expecting it to be slow. I got kind of weirded out because I put book A in there, and it ended up with 2 copies. I'm like, no, take one of them off. And I changed the count and said refresh this, update the cart, and it ended up with a $75 art book in it. I'm like, no, and I don't even live there. Whose is this? So I was like, something wrong here, but computers lose their mind when they get hit by 100,000 people at one time.
Yeah.
So
And he's doing it all himself too. It's just like a completely independent. So it's probably going to be some issues.
It takes a crazy person to do it all by themselves. I would not want to be in his shoes right now, but it'll all shake out. Mistakes will be made, and they'll be corrected. That's the important thing, that they get corrected. Got an active chat. Mike Walters is already here, has already liked and shared the stream. Thank you so much. Everybody else, do the same, please. Get some more people in here to take a look at Billy's book. Tank Ferret is here saying, hail all you magnificent bastards. We are magnificent and we are inglorious, both at the same time. So number 2, tell us tell us what your experience was with number 1. I mean, that was your first book, right?
Yes.
So
first comic book.
Were you nervous? Were you excited?
I mean, it's very exciting to get a chance to like make your own, make up your own characters in your own world and put the story out there and have so many people like support it. It's pretty exciting. Now that I'm like used to this process, I'm like hoping to have it continue on with this part 2 that I'm on. With this book, so to explain the book, I just came up with this concept of giant women, like you said, boobies. You gotta have the boobies. That's
thick.
It's basically an excuse to draw boobies. Like it's always the thing. I'm
like you need one. I mean, come on.
Well, that's the thing. Is like I'm gonna do it anyways. So I'm like, why don't I write a story around this? I need to put this in a world to give it more like context and all that, So
I came do what you love, and then you don't have to work. It's just exactly. Just make money doing that. Yes, it is Alpha Tango, Tank, and there's plenty of that in there. Woody, glad to see you here, man. Appreciate you being here. So yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of comic book worlds where, hey, Virus X gets out and a minority of the people get superpowers, and they're all different because everyone's genes are different. Yours is sort of like everybody exhibits this sort of the same thing. They hit a certain age, and if they're going to do it, they get giant, and suddenly there's giant, big-breasted women. I mean, there's a whole section of DeviantArt devoted to this, mind you.
Oh yeah.
What was the? Do you know what it was that sparked the idea in you to make this the thing in your world, that it was going to be this similar acting event?
Well, it's actually what you described. It's actually both. It's like because in this world, there's like women who sometimes become giants, like after they hit like puberty age, then people have their growth spurt. Well, these women just keep going up to like 9+ feet, and it was just it's just again, it's like one of those things that are just fun to draw, giant women with the regular sized guy. And I was like, oh, just what if they were superheroes? What if got extra superpowers? And that's where in this story, these women, because there's giant women around. It's rare in this world, but they're around. And with the ones that we focus on, they come into contact with this like ancient artifact where they get superpowers from. And it's an ancient artifact that's trying to, there's a bad guy that's trying to steal it. So they come into contact with him. Classic stuff.
So they all get big, but they all get different powers.
Yes.
Okay, that's kind of cool. It's kind of like
Elemental.
kaiju women.
Yeah. Amazonians.
Yeah.
Amazonians with elemental powers, like the classical elements: water, earth, wind, air, and then there's a psychic.
So, but they all get to be about 9 foot tall. That's seems to be the norm.
Yeah.
Is anyone going to get any bigger? I mean, will they show up somewhere and basically think, yeah, we're 9 foot tall women, take care of anything? She's 18 foot. Damn.
Do they get bigger? That's for future ideas. For now, it's just about 9-ish feet. So for this campaign, this is the campaign for the book 2. What I have planned, I did parts 1, 2, and 3. I already did the first book. This is campaign for the second book, and there's going to be a third book. So
okay. Now you said you've already done them. Does that mean they're on the shelf?
No. I'm working on them. Meaning I've written them. I'm just I'll do up to 3 for now, and then see what happens. This is the origins story. So it's like how these women who already have like weird lives living in this world that's not like built for them. You know what I mean? Like they can't fit in certain things. Seeing them meet in the first book. Second book now is when things start to get a little crazy. They start to interact more with the villain who's trying to get the artifact. And then in the first book, so the way I structured it is like parts 1 is like they have like their own sort of like, I don't want to say maybe selfish motivations, you know what I mean? They're not, so like one of them is kind of an asshole, it's just kind of a bully. The other one's a thief, and the other one's just trying to get views on social media, whatever.
Yeah, why not? It's just because you find out you can do something special doesn't mean you go out to try to save mankind with it. We take our talents and we make money with them.
Yeah. But throughout the story, that's the thing. They become that by the end of the story. So the second book is when they start to like use their powers to like help each other and become closer friends with each other. And then by the third book, it's when they become like, they just use their powers to save other people. And that's when they become like, huh? Yeah.
And, yeah. They keep the spandex business in business because you would have to. I mean, it would have to be clothing with give in it to stretch, because you can't just go to TJ Maxx.
They got to go to like the big and tall. I don't know. Vanessa, the chick with the motorcycle, she actually makes her own clothes. See, because
that would be the other option. She would probably have to make her own motorcycle too. I can't imagine a regular motorcycle fitting a 9 foot tall rider.
Yeah, it's custom made.
That would be the job to have in that world. I'd be somebody who can make things big for this niche population of people, because I imagine these 4 women aren't the only 4 women who've had this happen to them. You said it's rare, but I imagine it's like, what, 1 in 1,000, 1 in 100,
something like that. It's like the same as like the way you get dwarves,
Okay.
It's like random but rare. Is it 1 in 1,000? I think it's something like that.
Okay. So these four women here, they're people are going to look and stare, but they're not going to say what the hell is that. They're going to like, oh wow, it's one of those.
Yeah, yeah. Well, some people
And
are like more intrigued than others. I would
well,
say.
sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, the whole section of DeviantArt for that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Step on me, please. Um, but are they the only four with superpowers, or do all the 9 foot tall women gain abilities?
Just them four for now.
Okay, so they're a second level of special.
Yeah.
And they do they call themselves the Dame Gang?
Yes, they. In the first book, it becomes like a because the girl in the motorcycle, she has a popular live streaming, like she streams herself online, and that becomes like a because her name was Dame Vanessa, like her tag name, and then it becomes like she meets the other ones, and then the fans start to call them Dame Gang, so then they
Oh,
adopt that.
okay, so catapulted out of her social media presence.
Hmm.
Um, very very cool. Tank Ferret is really excited about this book. Very very glad to see a second issue come to life here. Yeah, yeah, I am too. I love seeing anybody get a second and a third issue because it's a sign of success. And you're only. I'm guessing this is your first 30 days.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You're 9 days in, and you're already 123% over goal, um, which is just fantastic. Which means the next 40 days you're gonna kind of coast, then you'll spike up again. But definitely, folks, while we're talking here, don't be shy about clicking the link below the video. It will take you directly to the campaign in a different window. You won't lose the chat. You won't lose anything. Keep listening while you're throwing money at this campaign. So creating the first book, it's one thing to show artwork, collect money, go on shows and talk about your idea, but at some point you had to get down to physical activity. Working with printers, receiving mail, inspecting things, doing the whole business of this business. Were you prepared for that? Did you have any experience in other things that carried over to make this a little easier?
No, that whole process. Yeah, that was actually, you know what? I can't. I did do. I did one campaign before the comic book, which was a art book, just a collection of art from that I've done previously, as a
Okay.
way to like prepare, like how do I deal with like shipping and stuff. And yeah, it's a whole job in itself. Like it's a whole process. Trying to
Yeah, because you're the whole company.
yeah, had to like make room in my tiny apartment over there, like with shelves and little printers and just boxes and everything.
I just sleep on the boxes. There's no other way around it. I've got 3 different campaigns going on around me right now, and I was like, oh, I need to stop packing boxes and get on the show.
Yeah,
No, seriously, I've got plushies here for Life on Korra that are going in a lot of these packages. That's a new one. So trying to figure out the logistics of getting them packed with the comics. Yeah, that's something. Now there's a lot of people are adding on things with their comics. It's almost like you can't have a comic book crowdfunder unless it's a comic book and something cool that nobody's ever done before. So we've graduated from stickers and trading cards and magnets. What kind of thing are you looking at doing with Dame Gang, or do you even care about that?
well, I do have a bunch of extra stuff on in each package that everybody gets. If you get the feature perk here is massive. The massive perk, you get both covers. There's 2 covers. There's 3 stickers. There's like 7 trading cards and a small poster. And by small, it's like 2 feet, so it's pretty decent.
That's a good size poster, 24-inch.
Yeah, it's because
yeah,
then I also have the big poster, which is like 3 feet. But that's
so
like
this is
that
this is the small poster here, the 2x2.
Yep.
shots here. Nice camera cut off there at the bottom. That's it's like, is she wearing pants or not? So now if they're superheroes, why are they getting mug shots? What is this a spoiler that you can not talk about, or?
Well, I mean, you're talking about like what did they do? They're not superheroes just yet. You know what I mean? Like this is what I'm saying. Like by the end of the third book, they become, heroes, superheroes. Right now, they're still like dealing with certain things. Like I don't want to say too much about what's going on here, but they get arrested after. I mean, if you read the first book, you can see them like committing certain crimes, and one of them
Okay.
escapes, and then and then eventually in this book they get arrested, and then they actually make a deal with somebody to get out, to basically get rid of their like sentencing.
One of those I want to be a hero, go expunge my record kind of thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't really that bad. I didn't kill people.
Yeah.
So is this the standard cover?
Yes. Main cover.
And yep. And this is like I said, this is big boobs, thick thighs. These women will hurt you. And you can see it in their eyes. I mean, you got a good facial expression capture. Well, the one in the back looks like she's like, please don't make me hurt you.
Yeah, she's the one who's like very timid. She's in the back.
Yeah, she seems a gentle soul. The others are like, give me an excuse. I'll bounce my tits off the top of your head and drive your neck into traction.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're weapons. Come on. Now you do all the artwork, right?
Yep.
You haven't sold out the alternate covers or extra pinups to anybody else?
Did I what?
You haven't signed anybody else to do pinups or extra variant covers?
No, not yet.
Okay, because I'm sure Dan Plagle is just chomping at the bit to get in on this.
He actually, that's funny. He did a last stream I was on. He did a drawing on the stream, like of one of the characters. The first official fan art of the comic. Right? He did it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is right in his bailiwick.
Yeah.
And this is cover 2B. Now and we just talked about how gentle and timid this girl was, and now she's covered in blood, and I'm more scared of her than I've been of any of the other three.
Yeah, she's kind of like her deal is she's kind of like Carrie. You know what I mean? Where she's like shy, she's kind of passive, and then you fuck with her enough, she kind of just goes into a trance, and she just makes you hurt yourself with her psychic powers.
Oh, geez.
Crazy.
So I'm going to scroll back up here just so we can see the main characters again one more time and talk a little bit about what it is that they do with their powers and how those powers manifest.
Well, the powers are the way that the thing is that they don't actually know exactly what, like the artifact gives them powers, but it's kind of random, like which powers they each get.
Okay. Have they got them yet in this part of the story?
In this part of the story, yes.
Okay.
Main chick, blonde chick, she's got water powers. She can manipulate water. She could freeze it. The one in the black, she's got air powers. The one in the motorcycle has earth, and the girl in the back is like psychic.
Okay, so no air powers for her. She's in the mind.
Yeah.
And the character behind them, I'm guessing, is the main villain.
She's like the muscle of the main villain. There's like the big boss type of villain who's kind of like a Lex Luthor type, and okay, the girl in the back, she's a robot. She's like a cyborg. So
I was gonna say she looked kind of robotic.
Yeah, she's part human, part robot. And she's got a pretty crazy past that will be revealed in this story.
Okay. Is she 9 foot tall too, just to keep it even footing on the fight scenes?
She will be. Not yet.
Oh, hey. Okay. Spoiler, folks. You heard it here first.
She upgrades.
Yeah. So this is this is what we'll see a lot of in the book. I mean, we talk about scale of normal people, because when it's just them on the cover, you're like, yeah, they're built big, but you can't really tell how big they are until you have a normal person standing next to them, and then you realize this is Land of the Giants kind of material here. So this is the big poster.
Yes,
Who's going to decode the alien language?
Well, that's up to you. There's a way.
Is it decodable?
Yeah.
Oh,
you just gotta figure it out.
Okay, I'm on it. I used to do these puzzles all the time, so I'm not going to do it right now. But
that old man is the guy who he had the artifact in he was like researching it.
Looks like they're in Japan.
Yeah, I made it look like that. I like that look, Japanese style.
I mean, I was just getting that from the sun rays and the little red blossoms in the trees there. So I thought, it could be in Japan when they're doing this. Now this is a cool image. This is the other big poster, and this is the artifact. And I almost expect Pinhead to pop out of this thing now. But
yeah, it looks like the Hellraiser box.
Yeah, or even like a mother box. But it's got a cool design on it. Now, again, you're the artist on this. How difficult is it? I've always wondered. I've wondered this about Spider-Man. I thought he was the most tedious character to draw because of all the lines. How hard is it to keep this design consistent throughout the book?
It's pretty easy. You don't redraw it over and over again. You just have one image, and you just place it and transform it.
Oh, so you got like the 3D of it. You just like stick it there and turn it, and there it is.
Have each side as a separate image, and then you just place it in there. Same thing with Vanessa's tattoo.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I just have.
I can see that.
Just transform it.
So when you transform it, do you have like wireframes of your characters?
No, it's just. I mean, it's just flat, basically. Like,
because you want to curve a tattoo to go around the forearm of a body and make it look natural.
Yeah, sometimes it like when the arm is like at an extreme angle, you should do that, because then you do like you curve it like that. But like with the way it is there, it's just flat, and then when you shade it, it works.
But you've also got to do that angle where her elbow is.
So it's like two copies.
And that's a whole different skill set now than being able to draw, because now you got to know how to tell a software package to follow a curvature, and still have it come out looking real.
It's all Photoshop, I'm pretty good at Photoshop.
I'm not. You guys are. I look at that and I'm like, you guys are magicians. Like, oh my God, that's my face on a cat. You guys have just bewitched something. This is a small poster one. Now this is. First of all, I was going to say this is a really big motorcycle because they're riding double on it. And then I started laughing when I see her being towed behind it. Does she even have roller skates on, or is she just like skating along?
She's got roller skates.
Okay. I couldn't tell the man. She'd be those skates would be sparking, I would think, on the street at that speed. I love the background on this. Very well lit up. Again, kind of looks like Tokyo, or the way Neo Tokyo, I guess, appears in a lot of manga.
Yeah.
I
took some inspiration from Akira at the beginning of the movie. Those city shots are amazing.
Yeah, they definitely are. So here's where we see some of the fight. Again, this is where she gets all bloody. And okay, well, bad guy down. Spoiler alert, folks. She's beaten.
I was worried about putting up this page. It's a little bit spoilery, but it's not really. It's like the first scene. So
Oh, well, yeah. First scene, then not very spoiled. I mean, you are into the second issue now, so we expect to kind of come in the middle of action.
Yeah.
And it looks like she like sprinting right into her with those. Oh, those are inline skates. Okay. So she's getting mind attacked, but her inertia is enough to carry her forward and knock her down.
Yep.
Got it. A good attack. I'm going to attack my mind. I might as well be in something that won't listen to you.
Yeah.
Like motion. Now, is this the big boss?
He's the big boss. He's a dwarf, but he's the big boss.
I was gonna say he looks like that's classic. Making the big bad guy a dwarf against a team of giants. That's almost makes you root for him in a kind of David and Goliath kind of way. That's brilliant. What's the last? You don't see a lot of dwarfs in comics. I think the last time I saw one that was interesting. Of course, you had Puck in Alpha Flight, but who was the guy who was in charge of? Was it Wildcats? It was one of those Image team books that was, and they all kind of bleed together in my head. But one of them was led by a dwarf who ran the company. So Maven, Vanessa, Rio, and Lucky.
Lucky.
Okay. This is you went out and given them actual stats. So do you try to abide by this? Always make Lucky a little bit shorter than the other ones, even though she's 8'11".
Yeah.
Being 8'11" with a bunch of 9-foot giants, be calling Shorty all the time. That would suck. And then so here are the other characters. The archivist, this is the old man. Dee
Diode.
Diode. I got readers on and I can't see it with them off and I can't see it with them on clearly. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Diode, she's a robot. And Megaheart. Okay. Yeah, he's got the look on his face that says he's going to mess you up. And you won't see it coming because he can't attack you physically, I guess. Is that his thing? He's smart?
Yeah, he's smarter than everybody else. He's more successful. Like I said, he's like a Lex Luthor type. So he's like business wise, he's pretty rich. And he's got like Diode. He's the one who built her. Well, gave her new body.
Okay, so his attacks generally come in who he can hire and what he can build.
Yeah, pretty much.
And what he plans for them to do. Okay. I like that. This is a nice setup here for the different tiers you got. I like this. If it had just a little price next to one each one of them, it would be chef's kiss perfect. But it's a nice layout. It's very uncluttered and very distinct, where each one has a different color to tell you where you're at. So this is I'm not going to read through all of them here. I think people can. It's like reading a PowerPoint in a meeting. Everyone can read the PowerPoint.
If anybody's new, check out the catch-up arc, because then you could get books 1 and 2.
That's what I was looking for, and that's what I was going to actually address next. Was that you do have the catch-up tier? What about digital? Everyone always asks me, hey, where's the digital tier at on this? Do you have that kind of thing?
I don't have any digital option for now, but I'll have a collected edition for like the first 3 books in the next campaign for a digital copy of all 3 books. So it'll be
okay. So when you put out issue 3, there'll be like a trade paperback of but in ebook form.
Yeah, third campaign will have it'll have the 3rd issue with a PDF of all 1, 2, and 3, and also I'll do like a big copy, maybe like a hardcover collected edition of the book.
Yeah, save that for the 4th campaign. You want to get your 3rd floppy out of the way first. Don't compete with yourself in the same campaign. BAP 2 is out here. BAP is one of our regular chatters. Glad to see you back out here, BAP. Hope everything's going well for you. Let's see, where was I going here? Well, we've seen the tiers. It's a mix of mix of the books, the stickers, the trading cards. Gosh, what are your plans? Do you have plans beyond the 3-issue series, or are you just like worry about that after this? It's a good stopping point. But
I mean, I would love to continue. I do have the stories written for 4 and 5. I've outlined like so many stories after this, but since I'm working by myself, it's like a ton of work, and I really need to I need to make a lot more money in order to be able to continue. So I think by the 4th book, like I'll probably start a campaign when I get there, and then just make the goal like 50,000 or something like that. Like it's like, look, this is what I need to continue, guys. So I can't either I make this or I go do something else.
Yeah. Are you thinking of doing other things in comics, or are you talking about doing like something else, like something that would make money?
Yeah, some other job. Right now, I have a day job, but it's not a lot of work, so it gives me a lot of time to work on the book. That's
yeah, and your advantage is that you're not dependent on another person to turn in art or to do other aspects of the book. It's all you. You've got total and full control, including of your schedule. So
yeah, it's a trade-off because I don't have to pay anybody, but I'm paying for it with time, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just working every day on the book.
We always say be sure to pay your artist, even if your artist is you, because your time is worth something.
This book is like 84 pages. The last book was 82 pages. The next book is going to be 80 something pages. So it's like
it's a lot of big books.
Yeah, draw it, color, letter, writing, editing, all that stuff.
Yeah. Do you recall where the first campaign capped off at? What the total?
Oh, it was like by the EVS helped a lot, so it was like a big boost. By the end of the campaign, it was like 14K.
Okay.
And then like 18K by the time I closed it at the end of band.
Okay. So you're about a third of the way to where you made on that one. It'd be too hard probably to remember where you were on the first campaign a weekend, but just trying to determine whether or not this one's going faster than the last one did. Do you have any kind of feel for that?
Probably slower.
Oh no,
probably slower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got to get the word out on this because I mean, you definitely had. I would say it's a good start. If you're funded within the first 7 days, people are interested. Either that or your goal was too low. I don't know. $5,000 goal I think is pretty normal. People look at a big goal and they're kind of like scared away. They want everybody else to be the people who get it to the goal and then they'll jump in and buy it.
Yeah, I should do some stretch goals too. I do want to do some stretch goals. I haven't figured them out yet, but look out for those. Trying to get on more live streams. I try to contact people. Some of them don't reply. I don't know what to do.
Well, I can help you with that because we all kind of travel in the same circles. So I've been on a lot of shows. I know a lot of people who run the shows, and they're always saying, "Hey, RJ, send me people over." Yeah, that's for you, Pops. I'll make sure that I get you guys connected. Pops Van Zant over on the Comics Related Madness. He and Rich Parada would be all over this, and getting you backers on this. I'm kind of stymied as to where I want to discuss the future of the book because I think we've covered it, but I don't want to short you any time for something that you want to get out there and tell people about.
I mean, I think we covered it. I guess.
Okay. Well, if you weren't doing Dame Gang, what Do you have any other? If let's say Dame Gang does take off, this is the thing that you can do for life now is make comics. Do you have any other ideas for stories floating around in there? And would they be in the universe of Dame Gang?
There's a I worked a lot on these characters, and I'm like, I could easily do, like, if I had that ability, the funds, I could easily do like extra, like one-off stories with just the one. Like each character has its own comic.
Yeah.
There's so much history to each of these characters. Like I have to like summarize it in the in their bio, but you could do all kinds of stuff. Like Rio, she's a former military. All I have in the bio is that she got kicked out, and there's we don't know why. And I mean, there's a ton of stuff you could do with that. Maven, the blonde, she used to be a cop, and she got fired for being too rough on people, and she's like always trying to pick fights with people and all that. There's all kinds of stories you could tell with that.
You may notice that the refresh just showed an increase in the dollars. You're at 62.31 now, because at very least BAP2 in the chat has backed this, and that brings us to our shake and bake moment, Billy, and it goes a little something like this.
It's shake and bake, and I help.
Always glad when one of our viewers in the chat get in there and back it and help these campaigns along. So BAP2, thank you very, very much. Love that new avatar you got there, man. That's it looks like your avatar's kind of laughing at me. So I'm gonna have to read the text around that a little bit later and see what that's saying around the edge of the circle. I like that a lot. So yeah, folks, if you want to follow in BAP's footsteps, the link is below the video. Even on the replay, links below the video. Click it. Put some money behind this thing. You said setting goals at like $50,000. What do you see as what do you need this to be a success? I mean, it's got a 5,000 goal, so that's met. It's one level of success. But for this to really be what you can do and turn a profit, how many backers would you have to have?
I mean, I think like 1,000 would be like the goal for a lot of people, getting
1,000 backers,
1,000 consistent backers,
Yeah.
I think that the last one was like 400 I got. So I was hoping that, I mean, if I could just get there at this point, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, it seems like it's in sight. If you're at 400 backers, then 1,000 backers doesn't feel like a very impossible goal.
I will have to get more.
Yeah, you've got to spread the love around here and get more eyeballs on these eyeball attractive knockers here. So we will hang around at the show. I will get you hooked up with some people here, find out who you've talked to, who you haven't, and by the end of tonight, you'll have a list of people contacting you to get you on shows. That being said, are you doing art for anybody else? I know a lot of you folks in the crowdfunding community, you're like, hey, would you do a pinup for me, and I'll do a pinup for you, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I recently did something for Pulp Girls. It's some like type of, reminds me of like Barbarella type of thing. It's like very like campy, like sci-fi type of thing, with like a sexy girl running around. She looks like Princess Leia, kind of.
Oh, Pulp Heroines.
Is it Pulp Heroines?
I believe it was Pulp Heroines. At least there was another one like that.
Yeah, I did a cover for that. There's like a bunch of variant covers for that.
Yeah, Wyatt Holliday was doing Pulp Heroines. Maybe that was it. If not, I'm all over pulp comics. I love that kind of retro future kind of look to it, with the sleek rocket ships and the tight fitting space suits.
Yeah, stuff was fun. Did that. I also did something for Mavericks, the comic book Mavericks. It's like a mech comic.
Yeah, the Global Frequency one.
Yes.
Cool. Because there's a couple of different titles out there called Maverick spelled differently.
Yeah. The global frequency one.
Yeah.
They saw
they're good folks.
my future face work. I don't know if you've seen that, but I like to do a lot of stuff with like robots and little intricate designs inside of them. I did
might
like
be your,
like the
thing.
mech where like the mech breaks open and then you can see like the insides and everything.
Okay. Yeah, I was talking about robots and future faces when I saw Diode's face first up close. First thing I thought of was and I can't remember the robot's name to save my life now, but the female robot in Metropolis, the old silent film by Fritz Lang. And if you haven't seen it, you should just look up the images of it. Very Art Deco kind of look, and inspired a lot of female robot looks like Marvel's Jocasta and other things.
I think a C-3PO kind of.
Yeah, kind of a C-3PO look to it.
Golden.
Now I've got to look it up. Female robot Metropolis. And it was didn't have a name apparently, but I have a cool image of it here. I'll just drag it over. Open image in new tab. Come on, that's what I want to do. Not to open the link. I want to open the image in a new tab. Yeah. There we go. So yeah, very C-3PO like. Kind of cool. And yeah, I can see, if you were to do a 3D of Diode, I would see this almost, I think. All right. Well, Billy, I'm not going to keep you any longer. We went nearly an hour on it. But I think we've got the message across. People have seen what it is. People have seen what you're doing. And folks, get out there and back this thing. Yes, Frog G has got the link in the chat. Thank you, Frog G. Appreciate all the work you do on our channel and everybody else's channel. Frog G does not sleep. Frog G is a bot that lives 24 hours on the internet, putting links out on people's channels. And yes, thank you for also linking The Devil You Know Better. This is our campaign. It is linked below Billy's on this description here. So we are into our final 20-something days of this. We are not going to go in demand. $25 300-page hardcover, stories by Mike Barron, Hart Fisher, and 18 other authors who will all tell you a story of somebody's encounter with the devil, whether it's comedy, whether it's science fiction, whether it's horror, of all different levels. And this book will be signed and numbered. It will be different from the paperback in that version. And very, very limited. Will be printed to order. So however many we get backers on, that's how many there's going to be made. If you want a rare book, that's your ticket. All right, Billy, thank you so much for coming on tonight and sharing Dame Gang with us. Wishing you the best of success with it, and would love to have you back for Dame Gang 3 if you go that route.
Sure.
And 4, 5, 6, 7, keep them coming.
Hopefully.
Absolutely. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for being here tonight. We do appreciate all our viewers. We don't have a show without you. We're just a podcast falling in the woods otherwise. And as always, while you were here, we just hope you had a blast. Good night, everybody.